Hello everyone, Scooter007 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 1-1 Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the 2-1 Atlanta Braves here at Turner Field. And here is the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off, the center fielder, Nate McLaughlin. Batting second, the shortstop, Jack Wilson. Batting third, the second baseman, Freddie Sanchez. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Jason Day. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Adam LaRoche. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Xavier Nettie. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Jose Batista. Batting eighth, the catcher, Ronnie Polano. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Zach Duke. On the mound for the Atlanta Braves, it is Jeff Bennett. Only had one inning pitched so far in this replay. Turner Field is a -1 to strikeouts and a +2 to walks. And with that, Jeff is done with his opening warm-up, and we are underway. 5-1, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 7 for Nate. That's a 5. Struck him out. And next up is Jack Wilson, batting a .286 average. Here's the pitch. 2-5, that's going to be a blank. Over to Jack. And that's going to be a 5-6. That's going to be a single pass. Past Blanco. And with that, the Pirates get a man on base. Strategy roll is a 19. Infield going to double play depth. Freddie Sanchez. Strategy roll is a 19. Pirates are holding off on strat. 2-1. Range play. And that's going to be a 3-5. That's going to be a double star 5. Over there to Blanco. Blanco's range is on a 1-4. That's a 5. That got past him. And for the base, that's going to be a single. And it got past Blanco, so we have runners on first and second. But let's see if they advance any further. We have a 1. Lead runner advances. It is equal to or less than. So the lead runner advances. If roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's BR, then the trailing runner advances on the throw, and Sanchez does advance, does not get it to the plate in time. And runners move up 2 bases. So runners now on second and third. And that is going to bring up Jason Bay, batting a .375 average. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 7. Infield still going to infield at normal depth. And that's going to be a 2-3. That's going to be a possible error. And that's going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. Error rating is on a 1-8. That's a 5. That is an error. And that is a 1-base error, and he boots the ball. So Pirates score on an error there. Sanchez does not advance, and that is 1 run scored. Runner is now in the corners. All right, infield bringing the corners in. Adam LaRoche up, batting a .375 average. Strategy rolls an 18. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4. That's going to be a question mark. Double star and a 1-17. That's a 4. That does fall in range with that. And then is a fly ball out there to Blanco. And that is a failed sacrifice roll. So 5 is higher than the 2, so it's no SF. And the runner holds. Runner holds on that. The 3 is higher than the 1. All right, infield at normal depth. And that's going to bring up Xavier Nettie, batting a .375. Strategy roll is a 4 for the Pirates. Going to hold off on that. 4-1, possible strikeout, that's a 9. The 17 is too high. 3-5. That is going to be a single past first. And Jason Bay, let's see, does he advance? He was on first. He goes to second. Does he go to third on a 2-6? That's a 3, and he advances. Runner is now on the corners again. All right, Jose now up, batting a .143 average. Strategy roll is a 2. Pirates still holding off on that strategy. And that's going to be a 4-3. That's going to be a wild pitch. That's a 9. That's a passed ball. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're going to have to re-roll that. And that's going to be a 5-1. That's going to be a possible strikeout. That's a 12. That's an 8. He struck him out. Let's check here. Nope, we're good on that. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off, the second baseman, Martin Pardo. Batting second, the shortstop, Yunel Escobar. Batting third, the third baseman, Chipper Jones. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Mark Teixeira. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jeff Francoeur. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Gorgie Blanco. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Mark Coste. Batting eighth, the catcher, Corey Miller. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jeff Bennett. On the mound for the Pirates, it is Zach Duke. Zach Duke, 5 wins, 14 losses, 4.82 ERA, pitched 185 innings, 230 hits, 87 strikeouts, and 46 walks. And Zach is ready with his opening call, is ready to start, and as Martin Pardo steps into the box. He's batting a .714 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-1. That's going to be a strike. That's a 5. The 15 is too high. 3-3. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Natty for out number 1. Yunel Escobar, batting a .308 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. No one is on base. And that's going to be a 4-6. That's going to be a range play. And that's going to be a 4-2. That is going to be a ground ball. Ground ball to Wilson. Wilson's range is a 1-3. That's a 2. He made the play. Gets the ball. Tosses it over to LaRoche for out number 2. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Chipper Jones. batting a .357 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-3. That is going to be a possible error on a throw. And that's going to be a 1-3. That's going to be a ground ball to first. That is a 5 for his error rating. That's an 11. No error there. And 3 up, 3 down for the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the second. After 1, it's Pittsburgh 2, Atlanta nothing. And it's going to be Ronnie, Zank, and Nate due up for the Pirates. Ronnie, here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-2. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And Jeff adds 10 to his hit by pitch rating. That's a 10, and he got hit by the pitch. Take your base. And the umpire warns Jeff on that. So strategy roll is a 1 as the pitcher Zach Duke comes up, and the infield's going to be in for this. Hit and run. And no, he cannot do a hit and run. That is an N. So he can't do a hit and run. Hit and run's been called off. That's going to be a 2-4. That's going to be a walk plus. We're going to add 12 to that. That's a 16. That's a 12. And he walked him. So runner is now on first and second as Nate McLaughlin comes up. Infield going to double play depth on this. No outs. Nate is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As we go to the top of the order, that is going to be 4-3. That's going to be a wild pitch. That's a 10. That's going to be a passed ball. And it got by him. And everyone moves up 1 base, so runner is now on second and third. Runner's in the scoring position. Here we go to Nate. And that's going to be a 4-6. That's going to be a double star 5. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Blanco. Let's see. Sacrifice fly. That is a 6. 6 is higher than 2. That failed. And the 4 is higher than the 2. So Ronnie does not advance. Runners hold at second and third. All right, infield staying in. We go to Jack Wilson, batting 1 for 1, has a run scored already. Strategy roll is a 6. And we have a 2-2. That is going to be a strikeout. That's a 4. That's a 4. He struck him out. 2 outs. Runners on second and third, and that's going to bring up Freddie Sanchez. He's batting 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-2. That's a possible home run. That's a 0. On a nat 20. 5-4, double star 2. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It is Mark, Jeff, and Blanco due up for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Mark. That's going to be a 2-1. That's going to be a walk. That's an 18. The 18 is in range, and they walk him. They mark Teixeira. They walk Teixeira, who is batting a .385 average. That's going to bring up Jeff. Jeff is batting a .400 average. Runner on first. Infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll, 8. Here's the pitch. So the Braves hold off on strategy. That's going to be a 1-3. That's going to be a possible error on a throw. And that's going to be a 1-5. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Error rating is on a 2. That's a 16. Sanchez has a error rating of a 5. That's a 16. No error there. And that is a 1. That is less than. That is a double play. And they turn 2. And then is going to bring up Blanco. Blanco, bat. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-5. That's going to be at the ballpark. And that's going to be a 3-2. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. For out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the after 2. Pittsburgh 2. Braves nothing. We go to the top of the 3rd. Is Jason, Adam, and Xavier due up for the Pirates. Here's the pitch to Jeff from Jeff. And that's going to be a 2-2. That's going to be a strike. That's a 10. That's a 3. He struck him out. All right, Adam LaRoche up, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 1 out, top of the 3rd. 5-6, possible error on a throw. And that's going to be a 4-6. That's going to be a single to Kosei. Error rating is a 0. That is a 2. No error. Throwing only applicable if rolling for runner advancement. Otherwise, no error there. So Adam gets on base. All right, we're going to bring the infield in, and there's a hit and run attempt. Xavier Nettie, 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. Already has an RBI for the game today. That's going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a walk result. That's a 5. The 6, just a tad outside. 2-2. Popped up to third base to Chipper Jones for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first. That's going to bring up Jose. Jose batting 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up at bat. And that's going to be a 3-6. That's going to be a walk plus. No, that's going to be a blank. And that's going to be a 4-2. That's going to be a ground ball to first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Pirates. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's going to be Mark, Corey, and Jeff due up for Atlanta. All right, here's the pitch to Mark. That's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is a blank. Over to Mark. 2-2. That's going to be a ground ball to second to Sanchez for out number 1. Corey Miller. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2. That's going to be a range play. And that's going to be a 5-5. Ground ball to Wilson. Ground ball to Wilson. Wilson's range is at a 1-3. That is a 6. And that just gets by him. And Corey gets on base. All right, infield coming in. We have a sacrifice coming up. Jeff Bennett, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a wild pitch. 13 outside of the range of a passed ball. So that's going to be 3-5. That's going to be, yep. Going to be a blank there. That is a bunt. That is a successful sacrifice bunt. 2 outs, runner now on second. So they have a runner in scoring position. We go to the top. That's going to be Martin Pardo. Here's the pitch. 16 on the strategy die. Braves holding off. That's going to be a 1-3. That's going to be a possible error on a throw. Over to Pardo, 6-1. And that is a single to Wilson. 13 on that. No. Infield single, even if no error. One base only for all runners. And with that, the Braves have runners on the corners. And that's going to bring up Escobar, who's 0 for 1. Runners on the corners, so they're going to leave the infield at normal depth. Strategy roll is an 8. Braves holding off on strat. That's going to be a 3-3. That is a walk. That is a 10. We add 2. That's a 5. They walk them. And they've loaded the bases. We go to Chipper Jones as Chipper Jones comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 11. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-3. 1-3 is an error on a throw. Bases loaded. 2-2. Line drive back to the pitcher. On a 15, that is an 11. That's no error. Ball caught. Error only if runners are on and less than 2 outs. It is a throwing error 1, trying to double off the runner. Otherwise, it is just a line out. If no error, then double up the closest base runner to the position, hit 2. Either way, that is out number 3. And the Braves leave them loaded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, it's Pirates 2, Braves nothing. And due up for Pittsburgh, it is Ronnie, Zach, and Nate. Jeff can face 6 more batters before he is tired. And that's going to bring up Ronnie, who's 0 for 0 in this. And that's going to be a 3-6. 3-6 is a blank. And that's going to be a 3-5 fly ball out there to Blanco for out number 1. Zach Duke. Oh, how's a walk? Walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-4. That's going to be a strike. That's a 19. That's an 8. They struck him out. Nate McClough now up, center fielder, who's 0 for 2. The pitch, 6-3 blank. And that's going to be 6-4. Question mark 7. That is a 5, and that's going to be a double for Nate. So Nate is on second with a double, and that's going to bring up Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson, the shortstop, who's 1 for 2, struck out and a run scored. Strategy roll is an 8, so the Pirates holding off. And that is going to be a 3-3. That is going to be a walk result. That's a 6. That's a 20. The 20 is too high. So they don't walk Jack. That's going to be 2-5. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Kosei for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Teixeira, Jeff, and Blanco due up for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Teixeira, who walked his last time up at bat. That's going to be a 4-6. 4-6 is a range play. And that's going to be 2-6. Fly ball out there to Bay. Bay's range is a 1-2. That's a 2. And he just gets it as he goes back to the warning track to make that play on that. That's going to bring up Jeff. Jeff batting 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a possible strikeout. That's a 10. That's a 5. And they struck him out. Jorge Blanco now up. 0 for 1. 2 outs. The pitch. 2-2. Blank. And that's going to be 6-1. That's going to be a double star 6. Fly ball out there to Natty to end the inning. And that is an easy inning. 3 up. And the Pirates retire them in order. 3 up. 3 down. After 4. Pirates 2. Braves nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It is Sanchez, Jason, and Adam due up for Pittsburgh. Freddie Sanchez batting 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-5. We go to Turner Field for this one. That's going to be a 6-4. That's going to be a question mark 7. That is a 19. And that is a foul ball. A fly ball, sorry. For out number 1. First time we go to the Turner Field card in this game. Jason Bay, 0 for 2, struck out with a strikeout so far in the game today. 2-6. 2-6 is a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. And that is going to be a 4-4. That's going to be a double question mark. Double start on 1 to 15. That's a 7. That's going to be a fly ball out there to center field to Kosei for out number 2. Waves off everybody. Jeff Bennett now tired. He is officially tired. And they are going to let him finish the inning at least, hopefully. 2 outs. We'll see. Adam LaRoche, 1-4. 1-4 is a strike. That's a 12. The 13 is too high. And that's going to be a 5-4. 5-4 is a double. And Adam is on second with that. All right. So Bennett's still going to stay out there. Runner on second. And that's going to bring up Natty, who's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a 2-5. 2-5 is a blank. And that's going to be a 4-5. 4-5 is a single to Chipper Jones. And runners are now on the corners. And with that, they're going to go out there and have a talk to the pitcher in this. And he says he can do it. He says he wants to finish the inning, and they're going to see what he can do. Right now, he does have a pick-off. He has a 20. Jeff does not pick anyone off, and that would have been a 19 on there. And that's going to be a 3-4. 3-4 is a strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 12. They struck him out. And they retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. No errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Mark, Corey, and Jeff due up for the Braves. All right, here's the pitch to Mark. Mark is 0 for 1. And that's going to be a 5-2. 5-2 is a range play. And that's going to be a 2-1. 2-1. Fly ball out there to McClough. That's a 1. That's a 3. They got it. And Corey Miller is 1-for-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-6. 4-6 is a range play. And that's going to be a 1-3. 1-3, fly ball out there to Bay. Bay's range is a 1-2. That's a 2. He got it. Saw that one coming a mile away, and he gets the play. Jeff Bennett, the pitcher. Here is the pitch. They are going to let him hit. And that's going to be a 6-4. 6-4 is a blank. And that's going to be 6-4. Fly ball out there to Bay. And the Pirates retire them in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. As we go after 5. Pirates 2, Braves nothing. And that's going to do it for Bennett. Bennett has officially finished his tenure on this. And we have a right-left coming up. Let's see. We're in the 6th. And that's going to be a while before we get back to the picture there. Let's see. And I'm looking at my database here to help me decide who to bring in. And we're going to bring in Jorge. Yep, they're going to bring in Jorge Campello. 1 loss already, has an ERA of 3.0, pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk in this replay so far. And Jeff Bennett pitched 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 home runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit by pitch, has an ERA of 3.0. All right, here's the pitch. Jorge can face 10 batters. And we're going to have Tony, Zach, and Nate up in this inning. 1-2. 1-2 is a strikeout. That's a 10. After that, 20, nothing. And that's going to be a 2-3. 2-3 is a ground ball to the shortstop for out number 1. Zach Duke, they are going to let him pitch. I mean, they are going to let him take this hit. And that's going to be a 1-6. 1-6 is a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll. And that's going to be a 3-4. 3-4 is a hit by pitch. That's a -8. So no hit by pitch for Zach. And that's going to be a 1-6. 1-6 is a double star 1. And that's a fly ball out there to Blanco. For out number 2. 2 outs, we go to the top of the order. That's going to be Nate. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-1. 3-1 is a strike. That's a 7. That's a 7. He struck him out. And the Braves retire the Pirates in order to 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 up for the Braves. It is Martin Escobar and Chipper Jones. Martin Pardo, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-5. 1-5 is a blank. Zach can face 10 more batters. And that's going to be a 5-2 5-2. That's going to be a single past third base, and Martin Pardo gets on. Strategy roll is a 4 as Escobar steps up into the batter's box. He's at 1-0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4, so no strategy there. 3-3. 3-3 is a strike. That's a 4. The 19 is too high. And that's going to be a 1-6. 1-6 is a single past Nettie. And that's going to put runners on first and second. But let's see if Pardo gets an extra base here. We have a 1. So we're going to check this too. The lead runner advances. So we're going to see if Escobar does advance. And if the row is less than, 2 is less than the 3, he advances. And we now have runners on second and third. So strategy roll is a 5, and that's going to bring up Chipper Jones, who's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Question mark. Single on a 1-9. That's a 10. Outside of range on that one. 5-1. Chipper Jones gets on base. Let's see if we have any other runs. Escobar with a 3. That's a 2-6. He was on second. He gets the extra base and he ties the game. This ball game is now tied at 2. And that is going to bring up Mark Teixeira, batting a .357 average. Strategy roll is a 3. Here's the pitch. No outs, runner on first. Zach can face 6 more batters before he is tired. And that is going to be a 3-5. 3-5 is a blank. And that's going to be a 1-1. That is a single past Natty. So let's see. Lead runner thrown out. So they throw Chipper Jones out at third. And the trailing runner's BR is greater than or equal to the die roll. He advances. He is equaled. And Teixeira goes to second. Jones thrown out at third. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position as Jeff Franco comes up. He's 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 2. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 5-6. That's a walk. 8. That's a 13. Does not walk Jeff. 5-1. Ground ball to second base. Out number 2. Teixeira advances to third. And the out is at first. So we now have the runner in scoring position. Blanco now up. He's 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 1. The pitch. The Duke, 1-5. That is a blank. 3-6. Single past Nettie. And with that, the Braves take a 1-run lead. Mark Kosei now up. He's 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 6. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-1. 4-1 is a possible home run chance on a 1-18. That's a 4. Kosei needs a 3 or less. The 11 is too high. Does not connect for the home run. 4-6. Gets a single, though. And that is a single out there to McLaughlin. And we're going to see if we have any extra bases here. We have a 3. And the lead runner advances for both of them. And the roll is less than, and Kosei will advance to second. So runners once again on second and third. Pittsburgh having a little bit of trouble here in the 6th. Zach Duke can face 2 more batters. Corey Miller batting is 1 for 2. Strategy rolls a 15. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4. 4-4 is a blank. We go to Miller. That's going to be a 5-2 line. That's a line ball to second base. To retire to the side. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And they leave 2 stranded. We go to the top of this after 6. Braves 3. Pittsburgh 2. Top of the 7th, it's going to be Jack Freddy and Jason Dew up for the Pirates. And they are going to let Jorge continue to pitch here in the 7th. And then is going to be a 5-6. 5-6 is a blank. Pittsburgh down by a run. 1-5. Fly ball out there to Kosei for out number 1. And remember here, an inside pitch. No lead is safe. Freddie Sanchez, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4. 4-4 is a strike. And that's going to be a 5-2. 5-2 is a question mark 7. So Blanco's going to come into question here. Then is a 14. And then is a fly ball out there. Just missing the triple by 1. By 1 digit on that D20, he missed the triple. Jason Bay, 0 for 3. The pitch. And that's going to be 2-5. We once again go to Turner Field. Second time this game we go to the Turner Field card. 4-3. Double star 6. Fly ball out there to Jeff for out number 3. Sing, take me out to the ball game. What a game here. Pittsburgh holding the lead all the way up until the 6th inning, and Atlanta coming back. Let's take a look at the box score here after 6 1/2 innings have been played. We are in the 7th. Pittsburgh scoring those 2 runs in the first, and yet they couldn't connect throughout any of the other innings. Atlanta coming back and scoring 3 in the 6th inning. So right now, Pittsburgh 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Atlanta 3 runs on 8 hits, and they have 1 error throughout this game so far. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Jorge, Martin, and Escobar due up. So we'll see if Zach gets to face the top of the order. They are going to let Jorge take this hit. He is batting 500, though. Jorge is batting 500. 4-4. 4-4 is a blank. We go to Jorge. And that's going to be a 5-2. That's going to be a double star 4. Fly ball out there to Bay as we go to the top of the order. Zach Duke, now tired. Duke is now tired. They are going to see what he can do with this one here. Martin Pardo. That's going to be a 4-3. 4-3 is a blank. That's going to be a 4-1. That's going to be a ground ball to Wilson for out number 2. Escobar, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-3. 4-3, blank. 4-3, ground ball to third base. Baswada gets it, tosses it over to first to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it is Braves 3, Pirates 2. After we go to the top of the 8th, it is Adam, Xavier, and Jose due up. They are going to leave Jorge in. He can face 4 more batters. Adam LaRoche, 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-3. 3-3 is a strike. That's a 12. That's a 2. He struck him out. And that is going to bring up Xavier Nettie, who's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4. 4-4 is a strike. That's a 9. The 19 is too high. 2-4. Ground ball to the shortstop for out number 2. And now he's going to bring up Jose Batista, who's batting 0 for 3. The pitch. 3-1. 3-1's a strike. That's a 12. That's a 10. He struck him out. So, the Braves retire the Pirates once again in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Chipper, Teixeira, and Jeff due up. And that is going to do it for Zach for the Pirates. After 7 innings pitched, he had a good run on that. And we are looking at a switch with Chipper and that, and they want to try to switch him over to the right. Let's see. They are going to bring in Danny Batista for this. And let's take a look at his stats. 4 wins, 4 losses, has a 5.22 ERA, 60.13 innings pitched, allowed 61 hits, 44 strikeouts, and 40 walks in his actual stats for the season. Don't want that yet. And Zach Duke pitched 7 innings, allowed 8 hits. Allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 3.686 ERA. And his earned run average. And then it's going to bring up Jones, Teixeira, and Jeff. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-2. 1-2 is a range play. And that's going to be a 1-1. 1-1, fly ball out there to Natty. Ranges on a 1-3. That's a 4. And that's going to be a single for Chipper Jones. And Did not get it in time. Runner on first. All right, strategy roll is a 10. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And then it's going to be a 2-3. 2-3 is a walk plus. We're going to add 12. That's a 24. That's an 8. And they walk to share it. And they are not liking this, not one little bit. Runners on first and second. Infield going to normal depth. Jeff is now up. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. And that is going to be a 1-3. 1-3 is a strike. That's an 8. That's a 6. He struck him out. And that's going to bring up Jorge Blanco. Jorge is 1 for 3 in this game with an RBI. Strategy roll is a 6. Runners on first and second. 1 out. And that's going to be 2-6. 2-6. Home run chance. That's a 0 on that. That's going to be 2-6. 2-6 is a single pass bay. And we have a 2 here, and that's going to advance Chipper. And Teixeira stays at second. So 1 out, runners on first and second. And Danny can face one more batter before he's tired. Strategy roll is a 3. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 1-1. Range play at Turner Field. That's going to be 3-4. 3-4 is a blank. That's going to be a rare play. All right, let's see what the rare play says. Liner to first base, who attempts to double up the closest base runner, resolve as an L3 range play, with the catch being an auto double play. Successful range play by Adam LaRoche. Double play, and that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 8, Braves 4, Pirates 2, as we go to the 9th inning. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Due up for Pittsburgh, it is Ronnie, Danny, and Nate due up. And that is going to do it for Jorge. They're going to bring in Mike Gonzalez to do the save here. He has no, in his actual the stats, 0 wins, 3 losses, 14 saves, 4.28 ERA, pitched 33 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 26 hits, 44 strikeouts, and 11 walks. Ronnie Polano is 0 for 2, and that's going to be a 3-3. 3-3 is a double star. Fly ball out there to Blanco for out number 1. Danny Botswana is not going to pitch, not going to take the hit here. We have our left-handed batter, and we're going to bring in Randy Dumit to take this hit. And that's going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a strikeout plus. That's a 17. That's a 5. And they struck him out. All right, Pirates down to their last out as we go to the top of the order. Nate McLaugh, who's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. 5-3, strike. That's a 7. That's a 7. He struck him out. And that's the game. Atlanta defeating the Pirates here in Turner Field, 4-2. Final line score coming right up. So Pittsburgh, 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Atlanta, 4 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Jorge Campbell gets the win. Zach Duke gets the loss. Mike Gonzalez gets the save. No home runs for either team in this game. 4-2 is the final score. And that's going to move Atlanta up 3 wins, and the Pirates drop down to 2 losses. Let's take a look here at the stats. Zach Duke gets the loss, pitched 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, ERA of 3.86. Jorge Campbell draws the win, and that's going to be on 3 innings pitched, and it had 3 strikeouts, 1.50 for the ERA. And Mike Gonzalez gets the save, 1 inning pitched, had 2 strikeouts, no ERA. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Turner Field. If you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up on your way through the gates here at Turner Field. And until next time, this is Scoonie 007. And we will see. And thanks, and we will see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.